encuentro la respuesta. Hay algo que no soy capaz de...
Where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever.
Hello, FundingPips traders, and hello, Raul. Welcome back to another live success story series where we don't just talk about trading, but we celebrate real people, real traders behind the rewards at FundingPips. And I'm your host, Paulina. I'm a trading psychologist here at FundingPips, and today I will be talking with our trader who has built his edge through patience, clean analysis, following institutional order flow. So at just 23, Raul from Spain has turned his sharp focus on gold into over 17,000 in rewards at FundingPips. That is a booming 3,500 return on investment on his 100K standard account. And he's a full-time trader with a clear vision, aligning with the market, and he knows what he wants to achieve. So today I want to get to know him, and I want you to get to know him with me to understand his edge, his mindset, and how did he get from start of his journey to this point of his journey as a trader, side by side with FundingPips. So Raul, welcome. It's lovely to meet you and have you here.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
It's absolute pleasure. So Raul, let's start from the beginning. Tell us, how did you start trading in the first place, and then how did you end up trading at FundingPips?
Okay, so in the first time that I trade was in demo accounts, because I have a friend that do trading, and I saw him and I wanted this style of life.
Okay.
I started playing with demo accounts and seeing the charts, studying by myself, as anyone with videos, YouTube videos, reading books and something like that. And I started with demo accounts. for like 1.5 years.
Wow. Okay.
Doing back testing, seeing videos, reading books, and something. And then I discovered FundingPips in 2024. In 20,
Okay. Amazing.
in
Please
20
continue.
2024, I get my first challenge. I bought my first challenge, and I keep doing this thing, the thing that the same strategy that I used
Mhm.
accounts in my FundingPips challenge.
Amazing. So let me get that straight. Actually, when you started trading for a year, you just traded on a demo account.
Yes.
Amazing. Do you know what? I really admire that, because so many traders, including myself, we just jump into the deep end, putting our money on the table, or getting into the challenges straight away without actually taking time
Yeah.
to understand the market. So really congratulations on that, and congrats on this. Now, how did you find out about FundingPips, and why did you join us? Talk a little bit about your journey with FundingPips, how we started,
Okay, the first time I saw FundingPips was in a post, in Instagram post, and I saw that the post said zero reward denials.
Yes.
So I get interested because I know a lot of people that faces problems with another prop firms.
Mm,
So I saw that slogan, that phrase, and I think, oh, I'm going to try FundingPips. And I tried FundingPips, was in MetaTrader 5, and I feel very comfortable with the platform, and I keep growing with FundingPips since 2024.
amazing, fantastic. And now, what were the challenges that you came across early on your trading journey? So maybe, I don't know what kind of challenges you might be experiencing now, but what was the worst thing at the start of the journey? What was stopping you from that progression as a trader?
The worst thing was accept that you have to be in drawdown. The drawdown is
Mm,
part of the game, and maybe when you are in drawdown, your psychology is not the best. It's not the
absolutely.
best, and the worst challenge that I have to face and deal with them is the when you have your accounts in drawdown, you have to keep going, and you can't to put down your mentality, your psychology. So
Absolutely.
I think that the biggest challenge that I have faced with the trading while I'm growing was the drawdown. Accept that the drawdown is part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're not the only one. That's one of the major things
Right.
actually that impacts traders, because being in drawdown or being wrong or in negative balance, it's not something we are used to from the society in general. We're not taught that it is okay to lose, and all of that. And trading is the exact opposite of the way that we are developed as a society, conditioned as a society. So I completely understand that. Now, you said that psychology, you know, shaped your trading as well, because psychology helps you accept the drawdown. So I want to understand more for our audience as well. How has trading actually shaped your life?
Trading has changed my life because I learned how to work under pressure, how to lead with drawdown, how to
Mm,
have a best psychology, and this has been reflected on my life. In any challenge of my life, I work better under pressure. I have a better psychology, and I face the problems with another mindset. That trading has given me a very good mindset, and that mindset I can use it with another problems of my life. So
amazing.
trading has changed my life in 360 degrees. my mindset.
Amazing. It actually changed your life in so many ways. So, of course, we have the rewards, which is 17,000. It's absolutely amazing. But also, you are saying it shaped you as a human, as a man, in the way that you approach challenges, not just on the charts, but in life, And I really love seeing that, because that showcases how much you have grown as a person since you started your trading journey.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the life-changing experiences that trading has given you an opportunity to deal with, can you describe your most memorable reward at FundingPips, and what did that reward mean to you? Was it your first reward? Was it your last reward? Can you talk to us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, was my first reward in FundingPips was my biggest reward. That was $17,000.
Wow. Okay.
$17,500 or something like that. And this makes me so proud, because this means that my trading plan that I sticked on it, my trading plan is working, and I'm being consistent.
Fantastic.
So I'm
How
proud.
yeah, it's so beautiful. And can you talk to us about your approach in the market? So did you stick to your plan completely during that process of
Yeah.
reaching 17,000 in rewards?
Completely. Risk management, patience, look for great opportunities, wait for the opportunity. It's not every day you are going to have opportunities. Don't be in a rush. You have to wait the exact opportunity and be patient, have a great risk management, and follow your trading plan. This thing is the most important, to be consistent.
Amazing. Amazing. I love hearing that, because I genuinely feel like a lot of traders already have a trading system that works, but psychologically they do not allow for that trading system to actually pay them. But I want to focus on you. I want to focus on those rewards. You say the most memorable is the 17,500 in one reward. How did you use that reward? How did it impact you or the life of your loved ones?
I use the reward for two things. The first thing was help my family out. That it's very important to me, because my family is everything for me, and help my family out with that reward. And the another part of the reward I reinvested in more challenges with FundingPips, and I made my own capital account, a tiny account with capital, and now I'm trading FundingPips challenges and my personal account with a little bit
Amazing.
amount of capital.
Amazing. I'm really happy for you. And may I ask that if actually, were there any specific goals or dreams you achieved thanks to trading with FundingPips?
Yes, because I achieved my goals. My goal was making more than 15K, and
Yeah.
I achieved with that reward. And that was my goal, because always when I traded in demo accounts, I thinking I want to withdraw like 15K so I can help my family out, and then I can build my personal account with 15K. I'm good, I'm fine. And then with a year and a half trading in FundingPips, I reached my goal, and now I have a new goals, new bigger.
Amazing. I'm so happy for you. And I'm also so happy in the way you have utilized the reward from FundingPips, because you've done one of the most magnificent things that any trader wants to do, is to support our families.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's the reason why we do what we do. Of course, is the freedom, But if you think about it, as traders, we work very hard. But it's also the ability not to have a ceiling and be able to grow financially as much as we can, as much as our system allows us to, our psychology allows us to, and actually provide to a family. So at such a young age, you being able to do that for your family, I am extremely happy for you. I am extremely happy for you. And Brie mentioned another thing. You have new goals. You have new achievements to make. So how will you plan to use your future rewards to further enhance your career as a trader?
My future rewards, I'm planning to reinvest it on trading 50%, and the other 50% I want to buy houses or something like that. I have to keep growing myself with FundingPips and working hard to get that new goals, because the first goal is there and the second goal is more bigger than the first one. So I'm going to keep growing, keep working, and reach my new goals that are both 50% of reinvestment in houses and 50% of reinvestment in challenges, and keep growing my personal account, my personal trading account.
And I wish that for you, and I believe in you that you are going to achieve this. Honestly, keep going with what you are doing, with this mindset, with this approach, sticking to your plan. You see it works, and I am 100% confident you're going to get there. And now, speaking of which, I mean, I love the way you think, because instead of thinking, oh, hey, let me now have a different lifestyle, you're actually thinking about reinvesting, not only in trading, but properties as well, and growing yourself as a person, building that financial security for yourself. I would want to ask, what kind of advice would you give to someone new to trading, and that is also considering to start their journey with FundingPips?
My biggest advice that I can give you is, don't be in a rush. Running here is the worst thing that you can do, because if you are being in a rush, you don't get the best opportunities. You don't have patience. Your psychology is not the best, and you have to keep calm and work well under pressure. And keep calm is the first thing that I say to my friends that start trading.
Yeah.
I don't have a community, but if I had it, I say that don't be in a rush is the biggest advice that I can give you, because if you run here, you are not going to get nothing. So don't be in a rush, be patient, stick to your trading plan. Must to have a trading plan. Stick to your trading plan. Don't be in a rush. Have a great risk management and be patient.
Fantastic. I completely agree with you about all of those points, but I also believe that you are sharing all of your points because of your experience. So can we also understand what has been the biggest lesson that trading has taught you about yourself?
Yeah, the biggest lesson that trading has taught me is the patience is everything. So trading, in life, the patience is everything. You have two ways to focus to face the problems. You can be in a rush in the problems and take bad decisions, or you can be patient and think what are you going to do and take a better decision. So the patience is my base in everything. The base of my mindset is the patience, because the patience gives you time to think, to look for better opportunities, and the patience is the more stronger thing that my mindset has in this, my psychology of trading, my trading psychology.
Yes, I believe that too. And actually, I'm going to definitely ask you questions about trading psychology. But before I do that, you mentioned something earlier in answering one of the questions. You said, whenever I speak to my friends, I tell them they should do this, 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 or this. which shows that it's important to have right people around you when you are trading. So in terms of yourself, could you share with us how has being part of FundingPips community influenced your journey? So were you part of our Discord? Did you talk with other traders? How did it work for you?
I'm in the Discord of FundingPips, and I talk with another traders. We can put our ideas in common. We trade about the charts, and the community helps me out to feel more connected. So I don't think that I'm alone in FundingPips, and I'm a lonely trader. I am in the community. I can talk with traders. I can talk about the markets, the charts. I can talk about the news, like Donald Trump is going to do something. Okay, I can talk with the traders of the community, and the community feels makes me feel more connected with my trading and with FundingPips.
And how do you think is that important? Is it important to have that community around you when you're a trader?
Yes, I think it's important, because if you feel lonely and you have no one to talk, you don't have new ideas. You don't have new ideas, but maybe talking with another trader give you new ideas that I don't had it in the past. If you are
Absolutely.
connected, you can get a better strategy. You can get a new way to see the things, to see the charts, a new vision. You can have everything. So I think having a community is very important to grow up as a trader, and FundingPips has a really good community.
Amazing. I agree with you completely. I think, as traders, we can get lonely in front of the charts. And also, it's amazing if we have amazing family around us and friends, but if they are not traders, they don't fully understand what it is that we go through as traders in terms of our mindset, psychology, in terms of the struggles that we go through. It's so different, because I remember myself, sometimes I was sharing struggles with my loved ones, and they would just say to me, just don't do it. And I was like, if it was just as easy not to do something and make a mistake, then we wouldn't have a problem. And now, why do you think it's important for us to share stories of traders like you with our trading community?
I think it's important, so I can motivate another traders that maybe are facing problems or maybe are lost in their mindset. And I think that shared success stories can be an inspiration for another people. And I think it's really good, because they can see that it's possible to make it.
Yes.
So if
Absolutely.
you see a success stories, you think, if he can, why I cannot do it? I can do
Absolutely.
it. So I'm going to be part of the new success stories. And I think it's very
Amazing.
important to share the success stories of the people, because it is a very big inspiration to another traders that are not getting the best psychology, or the best are not in the best moment of their mindset, looking for the success stories. You can get inspiration. So I think
Absolutely. Were you at any point considering to quit trading?
What? Sorry?
Did you at any point think about quitting trading?
Yes, I think about it, because trading has really good moments, but you have to face problems. You have to be in drawdown. You have to be stressed. You have to work under pressure. So yes, I think about it, but I put it on a scale, and trading has bring to my life better things than bad things. So I'm keep going, and now I'm here. So another advice that I can give you is never quit. Keep going, keep going, keep working until you fail until you get it, until you success.
Amazing. And there is one thing that you keep on mentioning, and of course, I have to ask psychology. And you keep on saying psychology, mindset. So tell us about how did you work on your trading psychology, and why do you think trading psychology is so important in trading success, actually?
I think that the psychology is like an 80% of the success in trading.
Mm,
Um, trade, make a analysis is like the 20%. The psychology is the most important thing on trading, I think. And my mindset is based on stoicism. Be
yeah,
stoicism is a very good thing to traders, and I recommend you guys to be stoicism, read books about stoicism and something like that. And I think that the psychology is the 80% of a winning trader, because the
absolutely.
analysis is easy. You have to have a clean analysis. You don't have to have like 100 of indicators, 100 lines. No, my analysis is, I keep it simple and clean.
Yeah,
But
beautiful.
the 80% of my wins are my psychology, and my psychology, my mindset is based on stoicism.
Amazing. I could not agree more. Stoicism is absolutely amazing. And actually, there's an amazing book for everyone to start with that is called The Little Book of Stoicism. I don't know whether you have read it, Raul, but I find it an amazing book. It's easy to read because Stoicism can get quite complicated. Sometimes it's a philosophy, but that book really breaks it down, and it's all about your control within to the response to the outer world, that you hold the control actually, in everything you do. So actually I can see how beneficial you found that in your trading, Raul. Now, guys, I want to tell you to start asking questions. Raul has given us a beautiful overview of his story at Funding Pips, the rewards that he had received, what he had done with those rewards, what's important for him as a trader in terms of growth and working on himself. But now, please tell us, what kind of questions do you have for Raul, so I can ask him those questions, so you can really understand whether that is his mindset, whether that is his approach to the market, whether that is anything else at all. So, of course, I have a question here, Raul, first one, which is about your strategy. So do you trade on lower time frames, higher time frames? What is your approach?
I trade usually, I look first 4 hours and then 1 hour. I trade in 1 hour, and my strategy is based on institutional order flow. So I'm trying every day to get what movement is going to make the big
Mm-hmm.
traders, maybe a bank, maybe some institutional JP Morgan, and I think like the banks think. So I'm
Okay.
trying to get what movement is the interest of the big institutionals, and I'm trying to add me to that movement. You know,
Yes,
me to that
interesting.
movement, I place my trade in the same direction and the same way that the financial institutional is going to do it. So
Fantastic.
I place good trades because my trading is based in institutional order flow.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That's absolutely fantastic. Now, I have a further question, which is please ask Raul how he prepares for his trading day every day.
I woke up, I go to gym first, early in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I trade usually New York time. So I go to gym, I read a book, and then I erase uh, all my graphic. I keep it clean, and then I made the analysis of the day. I'm looking for entries, for points of entries, and then is all psychology. I keep my mind focused. I know where I'm going to place my trade. Only I have to wait patiently and place my trade.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Now, someone's asking for an advice, and I'm going to read it out. And I'm curious about your perspective. So someone has said that they have lost more than 50 accounts. Any advice? I have received only one payout so far, and it's becoming harder and harder. Please ask Raul for advice.
Yeah, the biggest advice that I can give you is part of the game. The losses don't make you a bad trader. Only maybe you are facing problems with your psychology, but maybe your analysis is good. But that's what I'm saying before. The 80% of the success in the trading is the psychology. So
Yeah.
maybe you are a good trader and your analysis is good, but maybe you are facing problems with your psychology. So my biggest advice that I can give you is keep going and keep going, fail until you win. So, and I can give you advice to read a book of stoicism, so you can improve your mindset, and it's not being harder than harder. It's not it I read it start to be harder and harder. If you improve your mindset, it's going to be easy.
Absolutely, I agree. Completely agree. Especially that you already received the reward. So there is a system that works. Now you need to allow it for a long enough period of time to work out. So stoicism would be a good start for sure.
Yes.
Now I had a further question. And the question is regarding, let me just see, at what point in your trading career did you become a consistent trader?
I become a consistent trader like 1 year and a half before, after, sorry, after that I start trading. It took me like 1 year and a half to become consistent, because it's the most difficult thing to do in trading. So anyways, you can win trades, but you are not consistent. And stay consistent is one of the most difficult things in trading.
Yes.
The second more difficult thing, the first thing is the psychology, I told you. But the second thing that it's very difficult is being consistent. I can tell you guys that it's time. Take your time. Don't be in a rush, and the success will come.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Now, someone is asking if you could define trading with funding pips in short sentence. How would you define it?
In one word, comfortable.
Ah,
because
nice.
because I saw many people facing problems with another prop firms, and I'm here for 1 year, 1 year and a half. In 2024 I started trading with FundingPips, and I never face a problem with FundingPips. Even the dashboard on receiving my reward, trading, I never had faced any problem with FundingPips. So I feel very comfortable in this platform.
Amazing. Amazing. I'm really happy that you have such a positive experience and that you decided to go with us, especially when you saw the slogan zero reward denials. So I'm really happy that you found your comfort with us. Now, someone has asked a question regarding Losses. But I'm going to rephrase that question because I have a more interesting one that comes from me, actually. You said that dealing with drawdown was one of the most difficult things for you. How did you overcome that fear of being in drawdown? What helped you to actually build your mindset to be okay with it?
If you when you have a loss, if you are sticked to your PC, is not good, because you already have lose it. Is lose it. That's it.
Yeah.
So the best thing that you can do is do another thing. Close your PC, go to take a walk, see the sun, meet your friends, read a book, and tomorrow is going to be a new day. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, every day, you have new opportunities. So
Yes.
the thing that you have to do is trying to every day do the most. Even if that day you are in losses, tomorrow is going to be a new day, and you have to trying to do the best, and that's it. So the biggest thing that I can say you, if where you are in drawdown, is close everything. Today is a lost day. That's it. Is part of the game, and do another thing to keep your mind fresh for
Amazing.
tomorrow.
Amazing. Absolutely. And it's very hard to start on that journey sometimes for traders, but you have to make that first step, that first day when you restrain yourself from taking a trade after a loss. And when you're like, no, I need to stick to my plan. And then at the end of the day, you haven't touched another trade, and then you feel that satisfaction the next day when you wake up and you think, oh my God, look, thank God I did not actually overtrade and do anything like that. I'm feeling fresh. I can just go. And then literally one trade can wipe out all of your drawdown sometimes. But you just
Yes.
need to patiently, wait. There is another question. And guys, I would encourage you to put more questions. I'm going to take two more because I want to allow Raul to enjoy his trading session. New York is his session to trade. But Raul, there is a question for you that is asking whether you still experience losing streaks.
Losing streaks, my experience losing streaks.
Yeah, whether it's
Streaks is
still.
face like 5 losses in a row or something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
My experience is I'm don't going to lie us, guys. The experience of a lose streak is not a really good feeling, but it's a feeling that you have to deal with. So it's part of the game. You have to think that is part of the game. And if you can make a lose streak, you can make a win streak. It's all in
Yes,
your mind. So if you have a lost streak, you have to do another thing, close your PC, keep your mind fresh for tomorrow, because tomorrow is going to be another day with a new opportunities. So every day is the day that you have to break the streak, the loss streak.
yes, yes,
If I have been the whole week in losses, next Monday it's a new Monday, and today is the day that I
yes.
can break the loss streak. I have to try to do the most every day, and that's it.
And you know what's my favorite thing that you said in this answer? You said it's going to feel uncomfortable and you have to deal with it. You have to learn to feeling uncomfortable. It's part of give and take in order to get the benefits of trading, which could be 17,000 in rewards. You need to give that uncomfortable feeling. It's not going to be pleasurable, restraining yourself, following your plan, etc. But that is going to actually reward you in the market. You respect the market, you respect your trading plan, that is going to reward you. So that is a spot on, I have a lot of questions actually coming through, but let me pick one. Hold on, I have something here for you. That's a nice one. How do you overcome fear and hesitation when you're about to execute a trade?
The fear is a really bad emotion that every traders have in the whole journey. But if you have a good trading plan and you have back tested it and you know that your plan is working, you are not going to have fear to place a trade because you have confidence on your method and on your
Yes.
strategy. So the most important thing that I can tell you guys to do it is make a good back testing of your strategy. So the strategy, you know that you have the confidence that you see the strategy is working. So if you know that the strategy is working, you feel confidence to place a trade in the real market.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I completely agree with you, because if you're experiencing that fear and hesitation, you're either not confident in your edge or you are risking too much. There are a lot of factors there to consider, or perhaps you are overtrading, So those are the first things that you should ask yourself. But Raul, thank you so much for coming here, for being part of this conversation. I really enjoyed it. I am so happy for you, for what you were able to achieve, and I am confident that we are going to have more of these conversations, because you are going to achieve more with Funding Pips.
Yes.
And I'm extremely happy that you found comfort here when you felt hesitant about rewards being given to traders at other firms. So I'm so happy that we were able to provide you with that peace of mind. But before we go, and before I encourage everyone to like, subscribe, and attend our Friday psychology session, Raul, what would be your last words to the audience that are watching us right now?
My last words is keep going. I know it's harder sometimes, but you have to keep going, because if you stop, I'm sure that you are not getting nothing. But
Yeah.
if you don't stop, maybe you are going to be a success story like I'm here. So I'm here because I didn't stop. So keep growing and never give up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Raul also said before, if I can achieve it, so can you. And I really want you to think about it and leave you with that in your thoughts. If he can do it, if others can do it, for success stories, they are not superhumans. They just really worked hard on their trading edge, on their trading psychology and risk management, because those things are key. And Raul has highlighted that 80% of his success is down to psychology. And therefore, I would like to invite you to Friday at 5 p.m. Dubai time to live trading psychology series on our Funding Pips YouTube channel. We do it every Friday. There is a lot of information there already, and there is more to come as well. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Raul, thank you so much. Wishing you all the best on your journey, and speak soon. Take care.
Has been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye, traders.
Where success meets psychology in Paulina's way. Strengthen your mindset every week. Success story every Wednesday. Traders who broke through their limits. Psychology session every Friday. Join now. Hit the bell. One session could change your trading forever. Funding Pips. Built by traders for traders.